Hi everyone. Yesterday we conducted our first Abhyaas session. Okay. So now this is those students who are not registered. Okay. Just try to understand what exactly we do in the Abhyaas session. Abhyaas session is all about revision. Second is the current affair questions of past week. Okay. Now in this Abhyaas session what we try to do is we will try to ask you some questions, and you are attending my session with the A4 sheet and pen. Okay. Now I'll ask you questions related to the last week newspaper. So first of all, it will just check whether you have read the right news or not, or whether you have read the news with focus or not. Okay. Second important thing is, even if you read the news, whether you are able to recall the news or not. And third thing is, you will find so many questions and newspaper related to the prelims examination which you have skipped. Okay, but they are important for your examination, and thus it's all three: the focus, recall and the skip one. ओके ये तीनों मिला के जो एक कॉम्बिनेशन अभ्यास सेशन का, दिस गिव्स अ लॉट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस इन द एंड. ये बिगिनिंग से दिस इज व्हाट यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग एज पर द यूपीएससी. सो वीकली बेसिस पे हम बेसिक टेस्ट सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, बट नाउ वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर आवर यूपीएससी फ्रॉम द वेरी फर्स्ट डे. we are solving questions from newspaper. So newspaper को हम पहले basic then move advanced नहीं कर सकते. The time we got this newspaper, we have to solve all the important questions for your prelims examination. तो इसको different parts में segregate किया है, because right now we are solving the basic test. I can't cover these things in your test series or something right now, right? So we have this initiative where the revision will also be done, the recalling will also be done, and the topics which you miss will also be revised. It's a very and the most effective way of learning prelims from the very beginning. ठीक है, तो चलो we are going to solve the very first question for today. Now the very first question today I covered in our daily quiz also, the same question. It talks about the Gaia escape ka. Now this has been recently shut down. If you see the below article, it talks about this Gaia shutdowns as a ESA mapper of the Milky Way. Now, this is what to kind of you have to learn, right? अब इस article को, maybe this article has been taken from the Statesman, but you can read this article in every newspaper. It's not only about the Statesman. The Statesman's article, why I picked, because here the things are explained very kind of clearly. Okay, आराम से देखो, आप L2 पे रखते हैं इसको. What is the Gaia escape craft? Why it was a huge success? So it's all like clearly written in simple words. ठीक है. Now the very first question was, which space agency? So this is a very kind of thing where we don't give you 4 options. यहाँ पे आपको options नहीं, true and false पे work करना है. So that the options when you get in the examination, that is called the only one, only two. You know that only one, only two, right? So when you have to know the every statement, right? That's only the meaning of only one, only two. So here you see which space agency, you have to tell me, you have to write in a A4 sheet, ESA, European Space Agency. Now what was the mission of Gaia? ठीक है. Now this is important again. ये क्यों था Gaia में? इसको shut down किया, it's fine. But why exactly it was in Gaia? Now you see here again in this article it is written, Gaia looks a bit like a spinning top hat in the space. Its main mission was to produce a detailed 3-dimensional map of our galaxy, the Milky Way. क्लियर है? तो अभी आपसे पूछा जाएगा कि इसको जुपिटर पे था या मार्स पे था या एस्ट्रॉइड्स के लिए था. इट्स ऑल मिल्की वे गैलेक्सी 3D. इतना याद रखना है, सिंपल. फॉर द प्रीलिम्स इट इज मोर देन इनफ. Now the next question was, the Gaia was placed in L2 point. Now why L2 is more important? Now you have to learn these things as well. No, many students don't know what exactly L2. So this is sun, this is earth. I'll show the image here. The image comes here. You see here, this is L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. Okay. Now these points are fixed. Now you will see here, एक point पे it's not necessary that all the spacescape, one spacecraft will be on one point. No, क्योंकि ये ऑर्बिट में ना ऐसे ऐसे ऐसे, सो इट्स वन पॉइंट पे देयर कैन बी सो मेनी स्पेसक्राफ्ट्स, राइट. सो आप देखो L2 पॉइंट पे हमने इसको रखा था, गाया. ठीक है, यहाँ पे और भी है, आई थिंक जेम्स वेबर टेलीस्कोप जिसको जिस सैटेलाइट, इट्स ऑल्सो हियर इट इज प्लेस्ड, राइट. सो यू हैव टू लर्न, लाइक नॉट एग्जैक्टली यू हैव टू सर्च नाउ, बट वेन एवर द क्वेश्चन कम ऑफ एनी स्पेस एंड ऑल, जस्ट ट्राई टू फाइंड एट विच पॉइंट इट इज, वेयर इट इज रोटेटिंग, अब जियो स्टेशनरी ऑर्बिट पे है या लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट पे, एवरीथिंग यू शुड नो. ओके, नाउ सपोज दिस इज अर्थ हियर, ओके, this is sun, and okay, now this is sun, this is earth, right? Now whenever the earth observation things are there, you place things here at L2, है ना, because हमें earth का it's like you have to know about the earth, right? So you place the things here so that you can have less distance here and you can also kind of get everything clearly, right? Now यहाँ पे आप देखो L1, L2 and L3. तो आपको ये चीज पता होना चाहिए कि L1 point lies between sun and earth, L2 point is like beyond this earth, and L3 is in the left side where now what exactly here it is happening, यहाँ पे gravitational pull लग रहा है sun से, earth से, and here it's a centrifugal force, so that's why it is remaining in orbit, right? तो आप देखो ऐसा नहीं है कि this is a perfect place, कुछ हल्का फुल्का मॉडिफिकेशन स्पीड का करके वी कैन प्लेस द सैटेलाइट हियर, स्पेसक्राफ्ट. बट यहां पे आपको समझना है कि ये जो ग्रेविटेशनल है दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है. तो ये पोजीशंस हैं, इनको हमेशा याद रखिएगा. इवन इफ यू सी द टुडेज डेली क्विज ऑफ 9th April, you will find this question in our daily quiz, very important question, ठीक है. So this is what. Now second kind of article was related to the OCI. Okay, again when you click this article, this is from the Ministry of External Affairs, and when you click this you will get the FAQs regarding OCI. You will go and read each FAQ clearly. You will find all 5 statements there, but here if you see the can a person renounce OCI? Yes. OCI card holders do not need foreign registration, officer registration. Yes, it's true. कोई सर्टिफिकेट की जरूरत नहीं है. OCI card holders are eligible for Aadhaar card and PAN card. It is yes. And would the Indian civil criminal laws be applicable to the person registered as OCI? It's correct. And they are not entitled to hold the public office. This is correct. Okay. The more you can go and find here. Again, this was in news for a lot of like. This is important for your 25 examination as well. Why? Because if you see here, you see a lot of time this OCI was in news. Okay. OCI card, then we have OCI card can't be collected arbitrarily. तो आपको देखो ये OCI, it is even Ministry of External Affairs, Jaishankar, right? They spoke about OCI in different foreign platforms, right? So you have to learn about OCI in depth. That's why I gave you the link. Try to understand it. Beginning से करो, कोई if and but नहीं. From the beginning, try to learn all difficult statement or questions which are appearing in your daily news. Now I'll explain just 5 questions today. Okay, if you want to solve more such questions, okay, you have to register and you have to start. See, there's no point of wasting time, है ना. आपको करना चाहिए, it's your decision, but I think don't delay. Okay, now you see here, this was the FDI recently report published, remittance, sorry, not FDI, remittances. Okay, now if you see here, there are 5 important questions I asked here according to the latest 2025. So 2023-24 का डेटा है, ठीक है. Now see here, remittance are part of the current account or capital account. This is the only first question. The answer here is the current account, ठीक है. Now second question is the highest remittance received from which country? Now this is important as per the latest data from RBI. These questions are from the latest data. ये न्यूज में है अभी. Any newspaper you will find this. Okay, don't say we have not read this topic. Now highest remittance received from which country? Now our remittance received is more than FDI in terms of value terms. तो अगर मान लो remittance 100 आ रहा है तो क्या FDI 50 है या 200 है? कौन ज्यादा है, right? This is what you have to understand. Then one important reason for the highest remittance is the digital infrastructure, and which 2 states are the highest remittance receiving states. So every question I have given you, and we see here जो आपको मैंने question दिया है आपको, आप यहाँ पे आप देखो यहाँ पे it's a source country wise share in India's inward remittance. आप देखो it's 2016-17 में अगर आप देखोगे it was like UAE was the highest 26.9, ठीक है. Now it has been changed to United States. आप देखो यहाँ पे लेटेस्ट डेटा जो आया है उसमें यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स इज द लार्जेस्ट लाइक रेमिटेंस कमिंग फ्रॉम विच कंट्री, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. ठीक है. नाउ अगेन द नेक्स्ट दिस महाराष्ट्र इन केरला. सो 2016-17 में द केरला वाज हाईएस्ट बट नाउ इट्स अ महाराष्ट्र इज देयर. ओके, ये क्लियर हो गया. देन यू सी हियर बीटिंग द वर्ल्ड ऑन ट्रांसफर. ठीक है, इसका नहीं करना है. आप देखो यहाँ पे 3 out of the 4 रेमिटेंस नाउ सेंट ऑनलाइन. नाउ दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? Digital infrastructure. Because of this infrastructure, if you see 92.7% coming from online. So yes, one of the reason for higher remittance is digital infrastructure, and we have to count on it. Okay, we have to count. Now again you see the remittance received from the higher than FDI flows. Yes, if you see the remittance, it is red. So red is here, and you see here it's higher than the FDI. गैप इज दे यहाँ पे ज्यादा. ठीक है, तो रेमिटेंस इज ऑलवेज, ऐसा भी नहीं है कहीं किसी पॉइंट पे, और एवरी पॉइंट द रेमिटेंस इज मोर देन एफडीआई. ठीक है. ओके, नाउ मोर क्वेश्चन. अगेन दिस वाज रिगार्डिंग द सेम थिंग, digital infrastructure. Okay, so we have seen. Now the next question talks about the impact of the US tariffs in India. Now if you see this here, again I have asked you 3 statements and you have to write tariffs. You know every newspaper is covering daily, right? Now first of all, how much reciprocal tariffs US has imposed on India? How much you know very well? 26, 27, 25. I'll give you 4-5 options and you can answer well. It is 25 or 26, right? Now, which of the following sectors are recently excluded from US tariff? ये भी पता होना चाहिए आपको. This is an important kind of question. They can ask you, right? तो आपको ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि कौन सा सेक्टर है they have kept outside. Later on they can add, but currently they are outside. ठीक है. In the last 5 years, India-US trade increased or decreased. जब भी tariffs की बात हो रही है, definitely why US is imposing tariff? It's a most important reason will be deficit with the country is increasing, or there is high deficit, right, with that country. Suppose India. Now, if you know that we have 10 trading partner, and out of 10, 9 India has trade deficit. And only one country, India, has trade surplus, and this country is US. Okay? Now I will show you from the original document, Ministry of Commerce. If you see here, the trade balance between both the countries, see here, it's 17, 22, 32. This is plus. It means surplus. India is in surplus. तो आप अगर देखोगे यहाँ पे 17, 22, 32, right? Right? Here it is 32, right? And then we have 27, 35. So here it has decreased. Otherwise, it was showing the increasing trend. So it says, agar ki deficit has been consistently decreasing, the answer is wrong. If it says that in the last 3 years, we saw the significant increase in the kind of deficit, again you see here is fluctuating, और significant के लिए एक term बहुत अच्छा खासा significant, but here you see पहले तो डिक्रीज हुआ है, फिर इंक्रीज हुआ है 2-3 पॉइंट से. सो इट्स नॉट समथिंग काइंड ऑफ वी कैन से सिग्निफिकेंट, एंड वी आल्सो सॉ ड्रॉप हियर, राइट? सो वी हैव टू आंसर हियर द रॉन्ग. समझ में आ रहा है? अब देखो ना यहाँ पे एक्सपोर्ट कितना कर रहा है, यहाँ पे एक्सपोर्ट देखो 53 और इंपोर्ट कितना कर रहा है 35. तो वी आर एक्सपोर्टिंग मोर एंड इंपोर्टिंग लेस. इंडिया इज एक्सपोर्टिंग मोर एंड इंपोर्टिंग लेस. यहाँ पे 51 एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे 28 इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे 76 US मिलियन डॉलर के टर्म्स में बात कर रहा हूं मैं, 76 जस्ट इन टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड. और यहाँ पे इंपोर्ट हम कितना कर रहे हैं 43. सो वी आर इंपोर्टिंग लेस एंड एक्सपोर्टिंग मोर. सो सरप्लस तो ऑटोमेटिक है. तो सरप्लस है इसीलिए यूएस टैरिफ भी लगा रहा है, बिकॉज इंडिया इज टेकिंग लॉट ऑफ टैरिफ फ्रॉम यूएस एज पर द यूएस प्रेसिडेंट, और वी आर पुटिंग लेस टैरिफ. सो वी हैव टू इंक्रीज द टैरिफ्स ऑन इंडिया. ठीक है. नाउ सेक्टर्स विच आर एक्सक्लूडेड इफ यू सी हियर, meanwhile the pharmaceutical sector, the semiconductor, critical minerals has been excluded from this tariff. This is important. ठीक है, ये कर लिया. Now few more images are there. I'll give you this PDF. All registered students will get there. Now the last question for today. There are 5 more questions, but I'll explain till 5. Here says The continue with this. I asked this question to the students like after in preamble, after the words unity and integrity of the nation, which word starts? What is the next word? So you can only say the next word when you remember. When you remember. Or you might remember, but you keep on starting from the very first. We, the people of India, and try to find where exactly this word comes. तो अगर आपको याद नहीं है, it's a poor thing. If you have to start from beginning, it's average, below average. But if you exactly remember this word and then you just try to answer the next word, it's brilliant, right? So you see here unity, integrity, and nation, and then you say it's the next word is in our constituent assembly. Clear? एक और क्वेश्चन देख लो. Now one article was here. I also pasted the article about the odonate species. These are favorite topic of the UPSC, and I asked which of the following are the example of odonate species. So answer is dragonfly and damselfly. This is purely a factual based question. So this you have to learn from here only, from the articles. So what articles I'll cover. Again, you don't have to find anything. It's all the task you do. Rest you have to leave on me. So इस तरीके से आप पढ़ना सीखिए. Things will get easy. 200% it will get easy. बट आपको कोशिश करनी पड़ेगी, थोड़ा एफर्ट करना पड़ेगा. द गोल टाइड, द एफर्ट इज इन वेरी डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन. वी आर नॉट जस्ट गिविंग यू द क्वेश्चंस. वीकली बेसिस पे ये सेशंस होते हैं. You solve lot of good questions. You learn the articles, how to read, how to learn several things. Okay, so this was for the last first Abhyaas session conducted for 26 batch. So this is for the 26 batch. If you want to enroll and start from the next week. Thank you so much.